What's happening?
Tony's Gardener's working on New Year's Day, New Year's Day 1A, I guess. So it's Monday. I mean, come on.
Yeah, my gardener and the neighbor's gardener. working on it. My gardener was here earlier, but the neighbor's gardener's making all the noise right now. But anyway, tonight we're going to the NBA as these Lakers are on the road here. Continue the road trip against the Hornets. Charlotte here laying one total 242.5.
Yeah, last game of the road trip for the Lakers, Tony. 5-game trip that's covered over the new year here. LeBron had his great birthday game, certainly last time out against Atlanta with that big performance on his birthday. 47 points. Just a terrific effort by LeBron in that one. He averaged 31 points in December. Going up against the Hornets tonight. Hornets don't play any defense. We know that. They actually don't play very good offense either. They're the lowest scoring team in the league in adjusted net rating, but that's kind of changed since Melo Ball has come back into the lineup, averaging 20 points over 11 games and 23 this year. So things have changed a little bit for Charlotte offensively. These two teams met on December 23rd in LA, and that one went 134-130 in favor of the Hornets. Tony, 35 3-pointers in that one. LBJ had 34 points, including 15 of 23 from the field. Both teams shot over 50% in that one. I expect a repeat of that. This total's been on the move. Up to 242, 243 now at some spots. Can't contain it at this point. It keeps going up. If you just match the two teams up, the number of points they're allowing per game, Lakers are allowing 117 points, Charlotte 118 points. That's only 235, but put them together, I think you got a little bit of a different situation when these two teams are going to meet, probably because they are, two of the fastest paced teams in the league. The Lakers are third in pace at 102 possessions per 48 minutes, and the Hornets are eighth in pace with 100 possessions per 48 minutes. The teams average about 14 seconds per possession. So that's why I'm going to end up on the over in this game, despite this outrageous total. Lakers are 22-14 to the over this season, 13-7 on the road, including 8 of their last 9 to the over on the road. They're also 17-9 to the over as an underdog. They're underdog to these Hornets here tonight. The Lakers have been doing a good job when playing 4 teams, so I don't know if they necessarily will lose this one against the Hornets, but they are the 1-point dog. I think one thing that we're seeing from LeBron here is he's been playing these road games against teams that aren't the best, is that he realizes that maybe the Lakers, obviously they need to win games, so take advantage of those situations. Don't rest in those games against weak teams. I'm not going to say LeBron, played the back to back even there with his birthday. He was going to play on his birthday. I mean, he's the all-time leading scorer of players on their birthday for whatever that's worth. Whoa, sorry, Tony, I've got little commercial going on over here on the hockey game. Uh, Tony, a little bit more for you though. Hornets 26 in adjusted net defensive efficiency, 115.7 points per game. They've gone over in six of the last 8 meetings with the Lakers, and 5 of the last 7 meetings on this court. So for me, I just think Russ can cook tonight. I think Thomas Bryant even can have a good game. He's matched up with uh, Plumlee, so I think he can do a good job. We know that AD's still out. Lonnie Walker also questionable, but for Charlotte, I think they can have some success too. They obviously, like I said, they're a low-scoring team, but different with ball in there. And you look at how the Lakers defend against some of these positions. I think Rozier, PJ Washington, he had 24 against the Lakers in LA. Gordon Hayward's back. If they are missing Oubre, they could use his three-point shot certainly in a game like this. But for me, the Hornets, on Saturday, Brooklyn shot 60% against the Hornets in that one and took them down pretty strong. So that one didn't go over necessarily, but against the Lakers, they on that end of a 5-game trip, I don't think the defensive intensity is going to be there. Both teams are 2-0 to the over when the total is above 241 points. So I think we're looking at an over here with these two teams, despite the outrageous number.
All right, Ramon, looking over 242.5 here with Lakers Hornets. You know, the Lakers have had their struggles without Davis in the lineup. They sit last in defensive efficiency over the last 8 games, get up 121 points per 100 possessions, but they are scoring 117 per 100. You know, Hornets a better team with Ball healthy. I think the Lakers are going to have a hard time defending Ball, these guards against the Ball there. We'll see how that works. Also, too, going back to that Hornets, their defense in question, too. They allowed that supporting cast just too many points. 72 points by that net supporting cast other than Kyrie and Durant.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The Lakers aren't exactly so solid defensively, right? They're allowing 47% from the field and 34% from the field from 3-point range. So, one of the things that earlier in this season was when Steve Clifford, I was watching a post game interview and he was just railing on the teams, on the Hornets and their, lack of defense, if you will, basically calling them out, saying, they can come. These guys can come out here and say they're going to outscore teams, but that's not going to work in this league, especially if you're the Charlotte Hornets, right? I mean, without Ball, they weren't scoring very many points. They're still ranked very low in scoring points, but Ball should have a field day in this one. Assists are going to be through the roof, I would think, for Lonzo in this one. The Lakers, look, they're pretty bad at covering all these positions and allowing points to all positions on the court, really. So I would think guys like I said, Rozier, Plumlee, they could have really relatively high scoring games, especially in a game that's going to pace up. That's the key here, Tony, is the fact that these teams are ranked in the top 8 in offensive pace, number of possessions per 48 minutes. So even Russ has been getting off lately, so that's been pretty decent sign as well to have him in there, and should be, I think, a field day for these offenses here. That game against Atlanta did go for, I think, 250, 251 points the other night when LeBron had his big birthday game. So not bad, LeBron. For 38 years old, 47 points. He won't probably get 47 tonight, but he might need 45 or more. So apparently, if this game is close to a pick 'em. But I will note, like I said, Tony, Lakers are really doing the job against those subpar teams. They need to. I think LeBron knows these are the games he has to play in, and I think when we see him take the rest might be games where they might be playing, elite teams where they might be, considerable underdogs, because he's still going to have to get his rest throughout the season. He's not going to be playing all the games down the stretch until it's a desperation situation. If the Lakers fall into a situation where they need to win games to make the playoffs, but I think there's enough bad teams out there that he can enroll himself in those games and make sure he plays. This was kind of a big one tonight, technically, if you're looking at a pick-em matchup.
Yeah, that's right. Then these teams just met on the 23rd in LA. They combined for 264 points. Lakers 134, 130 in that one, going well over the total of 243 when they met there on the 23rd. All right, Ramon here. Lakers Hornets over 242.5. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for nice action. Great results here in college hoops. 942 units of profit there. All documented over at Tony's Picks. 3 left on the board here from the NHL. Big NBA card. We got a lot of small college basketball. Some big major, two major conferences up there as well. Still a bowl game to kick off a Monday Night Football game as well. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Well, Tony, tonight I was watching end of the Illinois game. Mississippi State's going to maybe run this back and get a cover here on an outrageous play. They are ruling it a touchdown. I just want to interrupt there. Mississippi State's got a scoop and score. It almost looked like Illinois was going to get a Stanford-type play on an offensive play. but Mississippi State runs it in and gets the money. Consider me lucky there. But all the Mississippi State backers, and there's some fisticuffs. But what an outrageous play to end that game. Tony, take a look at what I got over at Tony'sPicks.com. I've got the Rose Bowl coming up in just a moment, including a 3-pack that includes the Rose Bowl, Monday Night Football, and the National Championship game for $30. So that's 3 hot games coming up, including the granddaddy of them all, Tony, out in Pasadena with Utah and Penn State. Should be an outrageous game. Also, I got a 3-pack in the NBA tonight, going off at the early part of the card at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, a 3-pack there, and an NBA play tonight coming in also on the late part of the card. There's the Rose Bowl up there for my discount. But, it didn't quite. I'm going to have to fix that, Tony. It's going to be $15 here as soon as we get off the air. It should not be $45, certainly for this game, although that sounds like the number of points that each team will probably score in that one. And also tonight, Tony, I may get involved in a little bit of this college basketball, but I'm focusing on these, on the bowl game, on the Rose Bowl, on Monday Night Football. How about that one, the Bengals and the Bills? That should be an awesome matchup, 2 of the top 3 teams in the AFC, and I've got my NFL best bet right there as well in tonight's Monday Night Football game and that NBA 3-pack, like I said, featuring the games that go off on the early evening portion of the card. So fun night, fun group of games here. Sweat along with Ramon if you like. Somehow we got to cover there. We've got the LSU on my premium card. We've got the over in this USC Tulane game, and that one's turning out pretty outrageous as well. So I'm looking for a clean sweep now of this card here, and we're going to roll right into the Rose Bowl in just 90 minutes. So pick up that one, please. As soon as I fix the price there, you could go ahead and pick it up for $45, but we're going to fix it right now.
I'll fix the price there. Again, everyone's got over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll highlight some of his top performances here in college hoops here. 942 units the last 3 days, but last 7 days showing great results here. College basketball, NBA, NHL as well. So Ramon Scott here, get on board right now over at Tony's Picks with Ramon, as he mentioned right now up on the board. He's got his football 3-pack up there. He's been hot here with the bowl games to start this Monday. He'll have the Rose Bowl up there with Monday Night Football. So get on board there with that side total from the Rose Bowl as well as the NFL play as well. Also an early Monday evening 3-pack here from the NBA. And, of course, the best bet with the NFL as well as the best bet from the Rose Bowl. I'll have that up there. Of course, you may consider, instead of buying these plays individually, you may consider the longer-term pass from Ramon. Here we are on a Monday. You may consider that 7-day all sports pass. Get all Ramon's premium plays for 7 days. That would include the NFL tonight. It would include the college football for today, as well as all his NBA for 7 days. NHL, college hoops. We're going to have a lot of college hoops conference actions in as well. So get on board. If he's in action with that, he probably will be with the FCS championship game this weekend. That's also part of that 7-day pass. I don't know if UFC restarts here on this weekend or not. I didn't check the schedule. But
14th.
14th. Okay, so it'll be the following week then. Okay, so still there with Ramon's weekly all sports pass. Great value there instead of buying these plays individually. And we'll save you some money here when you use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. Of course, the morning steam, a good show today with a lot of content up there. The full 11-game NBA card, remainder of the NHL for tonight. You also mix in the Monday Night Football game for tonight as well. So lots happening over there on the morning steam.
Yeah, they call me the luckiest handicapper alive, but you make your luck, right, with good handicapping. So just want to correct one thing on my 3-pack in football. It's 1 pick in the Rose Bowl plus Monday Night Football, and the 3rd pick is coming to you in the national championship game. That's the 3rd pick, already loaded up in the NCAA FBS National Championship game. So that was the 3rd pick there. So, yeah, head on over to Twitter. I've got a pick for you in college basketball tonight. It comes to you in the game between Southern and Texas Southern. So we're going on to the extra board there, pick up another winner there. Mindy mentioned all those videos. We have those extra videos as well that I have loaded up. Check out the handicapper leaderboard every day. Hey, Mindy was teasing me there about fading her. I don't want to fade her right now after her 9-2 start to the new year. yesterday. Don't fade Mindy Hahn right now. I'll promote her packages as well. But for me, Tony, we had a good show today. Morning Steam off to a pretty good start over the last couple of days to our new year. So looking pretty good there. Yeah, we took a look at all those games. The videos are already up on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. You don't got to watch the whole 2 hour show. You could just watch each individual video that you want to see a preview on. You can just type in to YouTube the two names of the teams that you're interested in, the nicknames preferably, and follow that with Morning Steam and our play for that game. I'm pretty sure 99% of the time it's going to come right up to the top. You'll see the screenshot of Mindy and I with the team names right there in red at the top. So you'll have more previews. If you are late for a pick, we cover it in just about, usually those videos are just 2 or 3 minutes long. We just give a little minor handicap in our play. So if you're running late, you didn't get a handicap on the game, you want to know what we have. Usually it's a side or total. Mindy gives one, I give the other. Sometimes we agree. Those are our consensus picks. We package those up and sell them over at Tony'sPicks.com, but you don't have to buy those. You can get them free just by watching the picks, watching the show each day. But if you don't want to do the legwork on that, you can subscribe to our plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Our consensus plays are available each and every day, except for Friday, and we still have some on Fridays if they're playing some games over the week. Football's ending now, so probably won't have too much of that, but 6 days a week, Morning Steam plays, get them over there. You can subscribe to those plays, so in case you missed the show, you can always get those plays as well. So good show today. You get lots of input, as Mindy said, from the chat. Should be a great year so far, Tony. We started it right at the start of the football season, and now we're heading in to the last week of the NFL season, the last 2 bowl games now. Football will miss you. College football will miss you, but there's so much action we know with college basketball. I mean, you need a little extra handicapping help. We're here for you. That's what we're going to do for the next, 3 months is grind this college basketball card and also take care of the NBA and NHL as well. Mindy and I had a consensus play in this outdoor game. We went under. It's scoreless after 1. Can't tell the teams apart. Like you guys said, I'm wearing my festive shirt. Looks like the team colors out there, but you don't even know which team is which. It doesn't matter as long as they don't put the puck in the net. So great to be with you for a new year, Tony, here on the Game Day Picks, and Tony'sPicks.com. Should be a great year and going to be awesome here as we grind down these other sports, and can't wait to see what happens in the NFL playoffs. Do we even have that? I joked with Mindy, Tony. I said they treat the release of the last week's schedule like the Watergate tapes. We don't even know yet, right? And it's already 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I guess they're just that's funny how they're trying to figure out the time schedules here. Of course, they're trying to factor in. Remember, there's no day off. I'm sorry, they're going to play the following week in the wild card round, so we'll see how that all factors out. So a lot going on there.
I was kind of talking about kind of like the soccer. There's a couple teams there that they probably want to move one into a premium afternoon slot, but you don't want a team to end up knowing their result. You kind of want to see if you can work it out. Maybe they have to work out one of those East Coast games into a 4:00 slot so that there's scoreboard watching is fine, but it does take away from some of the drama if one of the games is earlier and there's a couple of matchups where maybe they should be playing at the same time, kind of like the old soccer theory with the big tournaments where they play the games at the same time.
Yeah, the game tonight with Buffalo and Cincinnati, they probably deciding we might know until after the Monday Night Football game because
maybe they'll be breaking that right at the end, right?
Mm-hmm. They probably have scenarios if this game loses, if the one team wins, one team loses. This is how we do it. If there's a tie, this is how we're going to. So I think that's probably what they're doing. Usually, they just kind of drip. They may just drip some of the matchups involving teams that are not in contention. Then the contention, I think, we'll know probably at the end of Monday Night Football. We'll probably have a schedule release right after Monday Night Football. Drama.
By next year, Tony, they'll have a show. They'll probably have a 30-minute show. Yeah, that'll take like 2 hours to release.
Stay tuned for the schedule release for Week 18, sponsored by who knows what, whatever.
We already do the full season show, right?
So right. So we're gonna have to have when we'll find a sponsor for the Week 18 schedule release, And we're going to also release the playoff schedule release as well, because we'll know how the teams slot in. They usually know. We already know the divisional rounds usually right after the end of the regular season. They already slot the teams in, so we'll see how that rolls. All right, Ramon. We'll check Ramon out over at Tony's Picks Twitter. Morning Steam, as we talked about. If you're working today and you're driving, well, again, every pick in podcast form, every show in podcast form, Tony's Picks the podcast, available on all major platforms. Listen to Ramon and Mindy on the Morning Steam show today on podcast. Get the entire 11-game NBA card, the 2 primetime NHL, Monday Night Football as well on there. So check it out, Morning Steam, with picks there with Ramon and Mindy, and see where they agree on the consensus there. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, Tony. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Ramon